Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Permission to Live in the End. This is Lisa Scott. If you haven't already had a chance to do so, please click like, click that notification bell, and click subscribe so that those who would not otherwise get a chance to see this video have a chance to do so. And today I want to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, but every time I think about it or not think about it, it tends to come in my mind, go back out. Go back out. But today I saw a Facebook Live video and I said, that's it. I got to talk about this today. And I want to talk about manifesting your sensuality back by using revision. Okay, manifesting your sensuality back by using revision. Now, when I stopped and I thought about this word, I said, you know what? Let me go and get the definition of the word sensuality so that I can at least know what the definition says and then kind of take it from there. And when I saw this definition, I said, you know what? It's no wonder that there's a problem, there's an issue, there's a misunderstanding. Because the word sensuality, in terms of how it is defined, is the enjoyment, expression, or pursuit of physical, especially sexual pleasure. The enjoyment, expression, or pursuit of physical, especially sexual pleasure, sensuality. I do not perceive sexuality in this way as this definition being the number one definition of what sensuality is. And this is, our right as human beings to process information in a way that is healthy for us and in a way that is of assistance to us in order to be able to, number one, have a healthy relationship with ourselves. And that's what my overall point is how the heck is anybody going to have enjoyment with the expression or pursuit of physical, especially sexual pleasure, if you are not feeling good on the inside as an individual? And speaking to women in particular, I know that for a great deal of us, and I will share just a tad bit of my own personal experience. Well, the whole video will be about my personal experience, but I'm saying a tad bit of the details because my overall point of the video is not to have anybody feeling sad or any of that. My point is the tool revision. But what I understand about a great deal of women is that we can have experienced a fracture of the relationship that we have with and within ourselves at a very early and young age, which causes a context to be created of the inner conversations that we begin to have with ourselves that aren't healthy conversations. They're conversations that are created based on the context of a scenario that may have happened when we were younger. And for myself, and this doesn't mean 100% of the women, but for a great deal of women, this is what has happened. And for myself, when I was 7 years old, I had an experience that caused me to not only begin to have the inner conversations within myself of not being able to trust myself, but also not being able to trust anybody around me, or especially people outside of my home, community, and a host of other internal conversations that began at a very young age. And because we do not know that these inner conversations are creating. They are a part of the creation process, just as much as any other sensory information that we are working with, experiencing. Inner conversations are creating. And so at a very early age, if we have experienced a fracture, i.e. an experience that was, I'll call, less than desirable, whatever that may be. So from, something, well, I won't go there. So whatever that experience may be, it causes a fracture. It causes us to begin to have these internal conversations that can stay with us for the rest of our lives if we are not consciously aware. And so for myself, I came to a place in my life after carrying the inner conversations of the experience that I had up until I was about 20 some years old. And what happened with me personally was that I got sick and tired, and I got sick and tired of the conversation that was being had inside. I got sick and tired of the feeling that I was feeling, within my physical being. And I decided that I wanted to change that. And part of what assisted me to be able to change this scenario, this process, was the tool revision that Neville Goddard speaks about, where he shares with us and brings it to the forefront of your mind that what we are dealing with most of the time on a daily basis are memories. These events are not happening right now. They are memories of events that have occurred in the past. But there's no such thing as the past, and there's no such thing as the future. There's the memory of the past and thoughts of the future. But the past event itself is not happening. And if you are in a space of being willing to accept that information, which I was. And actually, guys, this process that I went through was pre-Neville. I just came to understand that it was something called revision, this tool that Neville Goddard talks about. I came to understand that it was, called revision. But for myself, I have utilized revision probably, I don't know. I have probably used revision since I was young. But for this particular scenario, I didn't think to use it until I was in my 20s. So I decided that, you know what? Because this event is not actually happening anymore, it's okay for me to erase the event. So that's what I did. I went back in my mind and I erased the event. Now, I'll just tell you that for me, yes, I am completely aware that something took place long ago. However, here is what revision has done for me. And this is not meant to be taken as medical advice, guys. I just want to put that disclaimer out there just in case, there's any funny business. But what has happened for me in terms of utilizing revision is that I am able to try to think about that event, and it doesn't have any emotional response inside of my body at all. There was a time for years and years and years where every time I thought about this event, guys, because it happened at a certain time of day, it was the time of day where the sky, see how I do understand, I do have recollection of the event. But I have a smile on my face now because it doesn't impact me in that way, the way that it did. But there was a time of day that the event occurred. It was as the sun was going down, that time of day where the sky is absolutely beautiful. And for years, that time of day, it traumatized me on the inside because I remembered that scenario. But because I have been working with revision with regard to that particular scenario circumstance, I don't have any emotional response inside of my body whatsoever regarding that event. So I just wanted to stop by to be helpful in that if this is something that you're where you find that you did have an event, and it doesn't matter what the event is, whatever you are being called to, so to speak, to pay attention to in terms of internal conversations that are affecting you, in terms of your ability to manifest the lifestyle and desired outcomes that you desire for yourself. This is why I am bringing this up and bringing this to your attention so that you can have the relationship with yourself that you desire to have. Back to this definition: the enjoyment, expression, or pursuit of physical, especially sexual desire. How can there be any enjoyment? How can there be a healthy expression from within yourself first if there's a fracture in the relationship with self? And this is why I wanted to talk about this and bring this to the forefront of your mind and to your attention. If this is something that you feel like you are ready to embark upon, I just wanted to stop by and share my experience of manifesting sexuality back into my life, because it first starts with a healthy relationship with you, to you, for you, about you, so that if you decide that you want to, have that expression physically, outside with someone else, that you can do it in a manner where you don't have internal conversations playing themselves over and over again from a past event, or you're not feeling, you're able rather to have a glowing and happy, feeling within yourself because you have that relationship back with yourself that you created, that you caused because you took your power back in that regard. So I just wanted to stop by and share this with whomever is ready to listen, whomever, desires to pay attention, and let you know that, yes, you can use revision on anything, as long as you're ready to know and understand and know for a fact that what we are dealing with on a regular basis are memories. And if all we're dealing with are memories, you have the ability to go back to a memory and revise that memory to be as you desire it to be, or that it didn't happen at all. And watch the miracle of what takes place inside of your body as you let go of the internal conversations, and therefore the relationship with the emotion and feeling and all of that happening in the body as a response to that, communication. As you let go of that, I'm telling you, sit back and watch what happens. This is Lisa Scott. Everybody, thank you. I look forward to your comments, and don't forget to click that like button, click the notification button, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.